Sky Squad, let's play a game of win, lose, unfollow. Now, don't be unfollowing me, okay? That's not what we're talking about. We're going to get into the unfollowerization in just 1 second, baby. But we are back in the building, baby. And listen, I'm still trying to figure out this new space. I got to figure out my office. But listen, we still bringing y'all the tea, even in the midst of unpacking, okay? And then packing for my vacation. Anyway, let's get into the news. If you guys haven't subscribed already, make sure to go ahead and do so. Hit that notification bell button and tap that like button so we can get the good engagement on this channel. All right, so let's get into what we got to talk about today. First things first on the docket is Gizelle and Bryant in a game of win or lose with Eminem over this reasonably shady podcast trademark. Okay. So let's get down what's going on with this whole situation. Eminem has lost the fight, according to Radar Online, with Gizelle Bryant and Robin Dixon over being deposed in the shady trademark battle. So, what is going on? So, apparently, he suffered a setback in his battle with Gizelle and Robin, and he will indeed have to sit for a deposition, but despite his efforts to avoid one. This is what Radar Online is telling us. Earlier today, the United States Patent and Trademark Office Board ruled in this case. They denied Gizelle and Robin's recent motion to compel Eminem's deposition due to it being premature. But they did say that they agreed that Eminem should be deposed shortly. All right. So basically, two things happened. They denied Gizelle and Robin's motion to compel Eminem's deposition due to it being premature, but they did agree that Eminem should be deposed in general. Okay. So the board denied Eminem's motion for a protective order that would prevent him from being deposed. So if you guys have not really fully caught up on the story, last year Gizelle and Robin filed to trademark the name Reasonably Shady because that's the name of their podcast. Now, just on the strength of a business move, I don't I wholeheartedly agree that this was the route that they should take, right? Because there are many aspects of trademark. There's a lot of aspects to trying to get a trademark. Let me just let you guys know that. There's different categories for which you can apply. So someone can have the same name, but be in a completely different category. So there's not really much confusion as well. And the interesting thing is that there are multiple instances of the use of the word shady for different categories. If you go under the if you go under test, which is basically the trademark search engine that's on the website, I will leave it in the description down for you below because a lot of people have varying views on this, which is very interesting to me. And they think that, Eminem owns the term shady, for which there are instances where he does have the trademark, right? But then you are adding in the term reasonably shady. And as you guys will see when you do your search, there are multiple instances wherein someone has used the word shady in conjunction with another word, thus rendering it a phrase. Now, I know all of that was a little bit complex, but I've been in this trademark situation for like the past 2.5 years. So trust and believe me when I say I understand what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, with that being said, but let me not let it be mistaken. I am not an attorney. Okay. I am not a patent and trademark attorney. I am simply dealing with one. Okay. Anyway, Gizelle and Robin wanted the right to sell products with the name and use it for various purposes. Again, smart business move on their side. For me, I know a lot of you guys think that, oh, Richie doesn't like Robin or Gizelle. Let me also get into that for a second because I think that this is it's a lot of times confusing with I can call someone out without disliking them. There are very few reality TV stars that I actually dislike, mostly because I don't really know them. I may not like what they do on the show. I might not like what they bring to the show, but never mistake my disliking of their actions or patterns of behavior for me disliking who they are fundamentally as a person, because I don't know them, right? But I can call out Robyn and Gizelle for the things that have happened on Potomac, because to me, I feel like that's what I do. And it is pretty much, my job. But at the end of the day, I can also agree with them when I feel like they are in the right. And I do feel like they are in the right in this situation. They are literally basically hustling for their brand that they have worked hard to build. And you can't, even if you don't watch them, even if you don't listen to them, even if you don't really like them, you can definitely also still say, this is, I think, a reasonable, no pun intended, request for them to be trying to trademark their name. And I don't think that there's any cross interference or any type of any way, shape, or form anybody would be remotely confused about Slim Shady and Reasonably Shady. All right. Meanwhile, here's the thing, though. For Eminem, he filed an opposition to the trademark application because he claimed to have used the Slim Shady and Shady trademarks since 1996. But notice when I tell you guys that when you look under those trademarks for the term shady, if you just all you got to do, go to the Google, do the search, you will see all of the instances of the word shady. So are you suing those other people as well? Or are you filing oppositions, I guess I should say, to those as well? He said that he spent a substantial amount of time and money to build the Shady brand, which is true. Now, I'm going to say that, but it's not like you invented the word shady. Anyway, his opposition argued that people might believe he was a part of the creation of Reasonably Shady or that he endorsed it. He accused Robyn and Gizelle of attempting to profit off of his work building the mark. The complaint from him, his lawyer basically states Robyn and Gizelle's mark, Reasonably Shady, simply looks and sounds like shady and suggests that it represents the services of Mathers. Reasonably Shady so resembles the opposer's mark, Slim Shady, Shady, and the mark Shady Limited in terms of appearance, sound, and commercial impression as to be likely when applied to Gizelle and Robyn's good to cause confusion and mistake and to deceive. In response, Gizelle and Robyn said nobody believed the rapper was involved in their podcast and said the mark Reasonably Shady was not like his mark. So then you also need to look at what the actual design of the logo could potentially look like. That could be a factor as well. Lots of factors going on here. I'll be interested to see how this all shakes out. I don't even know if it's worth all this fight at the end of the day, because I don't know. I mean, but if they don't really oppose this, then I wonder if it could turn into a situation where if they stop the trademark process, could he then sue for some type of infringement? So they may have to fight this battle or change the name of their podcast in general. Which do you think they should do? All right, so let's talk a little bit about Porsha and don't make me call Porsha Williams, not Guabadia. I guess Porsha Williams will be the one returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta after all, and not the Porsha Guabadia, because she is no longer Porsha of the Guabadia. And the moment she changed that name, the moment Simon Guabadia unfollowed that ASS. Okay, y'all know I don't curse on the channel, so but I had the ASS was in my system right then and there. I was on a roll with it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get with the tea. The Bravo Shade Room. Well, actually, let me go back, because I actually saw this on Binge-Worthy's channel, but because the information was contained in a video that I am sure also resides on YouTube, I didn't want to post that here, but I will place the link in the description for Binge-Worthy's channel and the video in particular, in case you want to go and just be wowed by some amazing editing, some amazing I love what he does. I love what he does. I love what he does. But for right now, here's a great visual representation so that you guys can see, because I do like to do a little bit of show and tell with how we do things on this channel. And it's also fun to be able to, point people back to other sources and stuff like that. It just creates a nice little system, I think. Anyway, as you guys can see here, look, nothing, Nathan, no Porsha, No Porsha in sight. And in fact, it looked as though from the looks of this post that Simon unfollowed Porsha after she removed his last name from her profile and also deleted the majority of Porsha's photos from his profile. Now, here we go. The thing about it is, Porsha used to be, as of last week, Porsha Guabadia. Porsha, as of at least today or last night that we know of, is now Porsha Williams. Now, the interesting thing about Porsha's, let's actually see if we can go to Porsha's page. No, let me not do that because here we go in real world. We're doing this all in real time, guys. We're doing it all in real time. All right. What I wanted to see was whether or not Porsha had taken down any of like the wedding photos. And I don't see that she has, but she is definitely Porsha Williams, as you guys can see here. Linktree Porsha Williams. She still got that wedding video up there though, and she still got that announcement of Porsha Guabadia returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But here's the thing. I mean, it's not really uncommon for people who are divorcing to unfollow each other. A lot of times that could also just come from not wanting to see what that person is posting now that you are no longer betrothed to that person, right? And sometimes it's to protect your own peace, not necessarily to do any harm or damage to them. But Simon is out there looking at the cars and things like that, the expensive cars and all of those types of things. So why be bothered with with a future ex-wife's profile postings popping up on your Instagram? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's the tea on that. Let me know what you guys think. Reasonable to me. I mean, again, like I said, they get a divorce, so it is what it is. And then let's talk one final thing because I am so interested in this, guys, and I might be in the minority here. But what I do know is that we just got the word that the Real Housewives of Dubai will be back for season 2 on June the 2nd on Bravo TV. Now, the interesting thing here is that this is almost 2 years after the premiere of season 1. What in Crocodile Dundee heck was the delay on this season that was filmed last year, okay, and teased at BravoCon? I think they showed an episode at BravoCon in October, and I'm just trying to figure out what in the world is going on, right? So what I do know here is all the ladies will be back except for, I believe, Nina Ali. I think she's been replaced. You guys can watch the trailer that I saw here on Caroline Brooks, who is also a cast member on the show, on her Instagram page. Link will be in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. But you know, again, I'm interested. I do feel like they lost a lot of momentum. I think based on, Chanel Ayan beefing with Phaedra and, just a lot. I just feel like they just really lost a lot of momentum. And we won't, I don't think, have another pop-up by Phaedra visiting Caroline Brooks. So, they're going to definitely just sort of be relying on the hype from season 1. Do I think it's possible that they can reignite some of that fire that people had for it at the time? I do. Dubai is a very interesting place for those of you guys who haven't been. And the ladies, I feel like, do represent. I think that the ladies represent a very diverse cast of people. And what you will know is, or maybe not know, is that there are a lot of people who move to Dubai for a lot of the different business benefits, right? Also, I honestly just feel like it's actually a lot safer in some areas, right? In some spaces, in my opinion, I think that they do a, you know what? I would have to let you be the judge of that. Okay. I would let you be the judge of that. I can tell you from my opinion, but it is kind of controversial how people feel about Dubai. So, but I absolutely Loved it when I was there. I would go back. I would move there in a heartbeat if I could. Okay. Just letting you guys know. So anyway, let me know if you guys will be watching the new season of The Real Housewives of Dubai when it starts on June 2nd, which is a Sunday. So that means to me that as soon as Married to Medicine ends, we're going to be getting at least 2 full months of, we'll be getting 2 full months of Summer House Martha's Vineyard from April to May. Well, through May, and then Dubai all the way in June. It's so far away. So far away. This is crazy to me. But anyway, that's the schedule, and not nary a Real Housewives of Atlanta filming in sight, because sources are saying that they're not even filming yet. Okay. So allegedly, we're not even going to be able to capitalize on the meat and the potatoes of the direct happening of the split of Simon and Porsha, because the word on the carpet is that they're not even filming. This is the thing that I feel like is happening with Bravo that is probably not going to work in its favor for me, is that they are taking a way too long to film a show and then air it. There is no reason that this show should have been filmed last year and now just getting a debut. There is no reason that Atlanta hasn't started filming yet. There's no good reason. There's no good reason at this point. It would have even been better to start picking up with the people that you've already got contracts signed for, like a Porsha, to get those cameras rolling on them, even if you don't have the rest of the cast finalized, because you got your meat and potatoes right here. But that's a whole nother story for another day. I'm not in charge of programming over there, Bravo, so who am I? Anyway, those are my thoughts, my opinions. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell button. Be sure to like this video, and be sure to also pick up my book, The Wickedest Wives, Desiree's Desire. Book 1 in the series is out right now. Book 2 will be out in May.
So, Desiree Davenport, what are you hoping to accomplish with this show?
Honestly, I've lost everything in the most horrible way possible. And listen, I want it all back. I'm willing to build it piece by piece, and I mean brick by brick.
Oh, honey, she is done. I bet you a Burke and she doesn't last all season with us. Just watch.
I'm Misha Hill, and I'd like to consider myself the matriarch of this dynamic group of ladies. I mean, someone has to keep them under control.
I'm Davita Delaney.
I mean, I think I could teach these ladies a thing or two about how to get and keep a good man.
They said she was a gold digger. She ain't that for me.
I'm just really looking forward to being surrounded by other empowering bosses.
Yes, I know exactly what she's doing. And if she keep playing in my face, I'm gonna have to let out all her dirty little secrets, just like she did to me. And I'm not playing.
Let's get this straight. If I brought you into this circle, I just as easily can take you out. She ain't running nothing over here, okay? She needs to be worried about running that household and worried about why that husband of hers is never at home.
Oh, hell.
Ooh, child, this is about to be a mess.
Oh my God, I hate mess. What in the world did I get myself into?